Welcome to the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I'm your host, Christopher Martinez, and this is episode 17. Wow, I've done 17 of these things. That's not sad at all. Anyways, I have another list today. Let me see if I can find it first. I hope you all enjoyed the last skit that I did. New versus old, old versus new, whatever I called it. It's a part of this thing I'm going to do now. I don't know who follows me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, but I said that each weekend I'm going to post a skit, and the weekend after is going to be a podcast, and it'll switch. Each weekend will be a podcast or a skit. Or if I can fit something in it, an analysis video and or a movie review. But with my job, that's very difficult because we work a lot of hours and yeah. But so I guess that's sort of the channel update. Last week, I actually 2 weeks ago, I posted episode 16 of the Slice podcast. 2 weeks after, on the 5th, I posted. Actually, I think it was the 6th. No, it was still in January where I posted my skit. No, it was the 5th. It was I don't know. I'm trying to look at this calendar I have set up, but it doesn't show January. Point is, the weekend before this weekend, I posted a skit. This weekend is the podcast. So each weekend is going to alternate. And I'm doing it because at points I felt as if I couldn't do a video on a weekend because I was always so tired from work and just wanted to relax. But I decided that I need to keep working on things. I need to keep doing things so I can practice what I love, because what am I going to show? Although what I'm going to show is a bunch of dumb skits, but hey, they're my dumb skits. So, son of a bitch. I don't want to knock over my new set already. As you can see, that's my favorite movie of all time. Well, it's actually the trilogy box set I got from Best Buy on my birthday. On my 20th birthday. And that is a Halo figurine that I just got today. I'll talk about that later. But as of now, that is the channel update. I'm going to be doing my best to be putting a video out every weekend, so I can at least put videos out, so I can at least talk about things, so I can at least do something aside from just resting and playing video games and watching The Big Bang Theory, because that's all I'm doing. Actually, let me cross this out real quick. Actually, we had a night shoot the other day, and when I got home, it was about 7 in the morning when I got home. And what I did was I binged all 6 episodes that are out right now of the Book of Boba Fett. And I'm going to save most of my thoughts for a review later on down the line, but what I can say now is that it was a damn good show. It's really enjoyable. I love the music. Ludwig Göransson is great. Bryce Dallas Howard, I forget which episode she did, but I remember after seeing it, I went, oh wow, she did a really good job directing that episode. I think it was The Return of the Mandalorian. But I'll talk about that another time. But I'm loving it. I binged all those episodes in a day. I mean, I knew what happened throughout the show because of spoilers from memes and stuff. But I didn't let that stop me from watching it and enjoying it. Like, I knew about a specific character that would come near the end of the last episode that just came out. But I didn't let that bother me because I was like, holy shit, that was fucking awesome, But anyways, yeah, so that's quick thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett. I will have a review out for it once I finish the series. Apparently the last episode will be released on Disney Plus on the 9th of February. Of course, I most likely won't have time to watch on the weekend. So I guess I'll do my best to put out a series review on the weekend. But anyways, I guess that's that for that. Now let's talk about these next subjects I have. Me being a sports guy, me loving football, I'm going to talk about the Raiders right now and their playoff loss. I should have seen it coming. I knew that the Raiders were a troubled team. On our 4-game win streak, only one game wasn't decided by a field goal, and that was the Broncos game. Every other game, the Colts, the Chargers, and the Browns was decided by a field goal to win the game. And our offense wasn't the brightest moment in that span. We scored the most points on both the Chargers game and the Colts. I think we scored more in the Colts game, actually. I mean, the Chargers game. But, I was excited for the game. I was ready. I was pumped. But, of course, our defense did the best they could. Our offense was struggling at points. Dropped passes. Missed blocks. And, our defense. It wasn't horrible, though. I'm not mad that the Raiders lost. I'm more so sad. But it's a good feeling, though, because we made it when no one else thought we would have. When they thought, the Raiders are going to have another mid-season collapse that will ruin their playoff chances. We still made it, though. And I'm excited for the team we have going forward. Of course, Rich Bisaccia isn't going to be our head coach now. We hired Josh McDaniels from the New England Patriots. And there's this thing about Belichick disciples not panning out so well. The only people who have worked out were Brian Flores, who was the head coach of the Dolphins. And even then, there was a lot of losses to be had with that team. And Bill O'Brien, who wasn't a complete failure, but he was, I would say, saved by the talents of Deshaun Watson for the most part. We will not forget the time where he blew that lead against the Chiefs in the divisional round. And we will not forget the moment where he traded DeAndre Hopkins, because that totally worked out. Let's hope this doesn't fall this time. Or I place it. Oh, that's fine. So, anyways, yeah, I mean, Raiders lost, but I was glad that we had the season we had. And I don't know what else to say. I'm proud of the team for pulling through all the adversity that faced them throughout the season. And I can't wait for next year. So, keeping in talks with football, let's talk about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl will be played between the Rams and the Bengals. The game being in Los Angeles at the SoFi Stadium. I don't think anyone expected the Bengals to make it to the Super Bowl when the season started. People were hoping the Rams would make it because Matthew Stafford is on a competent team. Actually, a very well-run team with Sean McVay. And a lot of talent. It just seems like they needed the quarterback change. And I always said, and I was joking, that they traded Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. You got an older Matthew Stafford. You got an older Jared Goff. But now I always said that because I found the two quarterbacks to be somewhat similar. And there was always the thing with Stafford about him padding his stats near the end of the game to make it look like, he had all those yards and touchdowns when it didn't matter near the end, or the score would look closer than it was. And he was stuck on the Lions for all those years. But now, On his first year with the new team, he made it to the Super Bowl. And when the conference champion came around, when the conference championship games came around, I wanted the Rams to go because I didn't want to see the Niners in the Super Bowl. I didn't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And it was either the Chiefs or the Bengals. And, I'd love to see Joe Burrow win. That dude's talented as fuck, but I think Stafford needs this. Stafford needs this Super Bowl. They look like the better team. The Bengals are very explosive, however. So I think this will be a very high-scoring game. Although the defenses are good on both teams, I just think the offense will take over and make this game extremely fun to watch. Unlike the Patriots-Rams game, which was extremely boring. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, the defenses did good, but, it was boring. I didn't like watching that Super Bowl. I expected a massacre from the Rams to the Patriots. Oh, well. I got Rams winning this game by... I'm going to say the Rams are going to beat the Bengals by 9. 9 points. They're going to beat the Bengals by 9 points. And that is in a week from now. The Pro Bowl was played today, in which the AFC team beat the NFC team. I didn't watch it because I didn't care. Although Hunter Renfrow and Max Crosby were in the game, the receiver and the defensive end respectively for the Raiders. I just didn't care to watch it. Yes, it was played in Las Vegas as well, the Raiders, but I didn't care to watch it. I'll catch the highlights, That's that for that. Let's talk about a book that I read recently. Not so much read, but I listened to. A book called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Now, my dad was always telling me I was listening to this book, and it's really good because it's what you're doing. You moved out to Los Angeles and you're trying to make your way into the industry. Listen to McConaughey stuff. And the cool thing about this audiobook is that Matthew McConaughey is actually reading it. And that was cool just to listen to McConaughey's, mannerisms, yelling and screaming and his soft voice in specific moments. And it was a very interesting listen. I'll say listen to instead of read. It was very interesting. What he went through, his trials, his errors, his mistakes, his successes, and how I can translate that into my life. What lessons can I learn from that? Stuff about pleasures and joys, and the green lights. The green lights being a green light, at a intersection. That's when you go. That's when something good's gonna go for you. I really enjoyed it. I loved listening to him talk. And I loved listening to the story. His life. Him growing up in high school. His rise to stardom. His struggles. Not a midlife crisis, but more so a realization of what he needs to do. Of what he wants to do. And there was something specific about wanting to need and needing to want. You might say you want something, but do you really want it? Or do you really need it? You might say you need something, but do you want to need it or do you need to want it? You could think about that for a little bit, but it was just a really insightful book. And it took me a couple months to listen to just because at moments I wouldn't even think about it. And then I'd see that I got charged for Audible that month and I went, damn it, I forgot to listen to Green Lights. It was really enjoyable though. I want to buy the book actually and just read it. Although I loved listening to McConaughey's voice, I had to cancel Audible because I was like, I'm not gonna have Audible anymore. I don't want to listen to read other books. I mean, I like reading books that I have, stuff I had for classes. But I'm not gonna. I'd like to have physical books and not audio books that I that live in the cloud or on my phone or whatever. That can, I don't know. I really enjoyed the book though. There was a lot of funny moments in there, a lot of heartfelt moments, and a lot of stuff. Just, the dude had an interesting ass life. He talked about him wanting to do movies later on down the line that, challenged him, that made him think about, what he would be putting into the characters, what stories he wanted to tell. And it was because of that I watched A Time to Kill. And if you don't know about that movie, it's based off a book, and it was directed by Joel Schumacher. And you got to listen to how McConaughey got that role, and how he, not forced, but how he coerced, how he persuaded Joel Schumacher for the role. And how it just things happened to line up just because of certain other things that happened, like a tragedy that involved people in the making of the film. But not like a death happened to someone in the crew or an actor died. It's another story. Listen to the book. It's a great listen to. I highly recommend listening to it though, because it takes it's 5.5 hours, I believe, or 6 hours in total. But you get to listen to Matthew McConaughey. You get to listen to hear him go, all right, all right, all right. His first role. He talked about how he got his first role in Dazed and Confused. And, I love that movie. That movie's fantastic. And I love that character. You think I love about high school girls is I get older and they stay the same age. You got a pack of smokes on you? No? Be a lot cooler if you did. It's just such a cool ass character. And it's such a fucking great film. I love that movie. Let's see. That's really all I can say about that. Actually, one more thing. I always talk about, I bash on movies sometimes because they're not art or they don't have a meaning to it. There was a moment in the book where Matthew McConaughey was saying that in a film class they had to go see a movie each weekend, and people ragged on him because he watched the blockbusters and not the art house films, the independent films. And he said, "What did you not like about the movie?" And they go, "Oh, we didn't see it." He goes, "Fuck you!" I was like, it made me think about how I think about other people watching movies, because I'll never say someone doesn't have taste if they like a specific movie, because I'm pretty sure films that I love and adore, people despise. And that's okay. You can have your own opinion on it. Like my family, they love Sing. Personally, I don't like Sing. In fact, I don't like most Illumination films. All for mainly the same reasons of the animation. Just, it looks, not that it looks bad. It looks very detailed at moments, but the character designs are just so ugly to look at for the most part. But anyways, there was a point where I only watched the big blockbuster films, And then when I started getting into movies, I started watching the more artsy stuff, your Moonlights and your foreign films. And it made me think about the blockbusters differently. Like, wow, there's more to it than this. And these don't have meanings. I always think about, when in my movie reviews and stuff, I go, well, it didn't have a specific meaning. Or, the message wasn't as thought-provoking as I thought it was. There are points where films don't have to have meanings. They can just be fun and enjoyable. But if they try to have a meaning to it, then the message better be damn good. Because it's weird to say art being subjective, but just keep me entertained. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for. I just want to be entertained in a film. I don't want to be bored. If you bore me, that is a sin. If I am bored in a film, it is worse than it being, bad. Of course, it will be bad if it's boring. But I just can't stand being bored watching a film. It's awful. It's horrendous. And I'm getting a little off topic talking about that specific moment in Green Lights, but it made me think more so about how I look at films and how I look at other people who enjoy films. I'll never bash on someone because they like Sing. I'll never bash on someone because they liked Mulan, the 2020 version, the live action version. I'll just state my criticisms I have, which is that being, this is why I didn't like the film and why I think it's bad. You can think what you want. But I enjoy all kinds of films. I can enjoy a musical. I can enjoy a comedy. I can enjoy, weird horror shit. I can enjoy action. I can enjoy, thought-provoking films. I can enjoy anything. Just don't make me bored. Or don't be complete schlock like Fast and Furious films. They go to fucking space in the 9th one. I mean, I didn't see it. I watched the scene online. And I'm like, the fuck is going on? Of course, I didn't see the film, so I don't know what is going on. They needed to destroy a satellite so a weapon can be destroyed or something. I don't know. I don't care to know. But that's all you hear. It's just all schlock, just stuff thrown on the screen, and it makes lots of money, and that's all that matters for that. And then that's the part I struggle with about, let other people enjoy films. But when stuff like that exists, it's hard for me to not try to criticize the film and tell people it is bad and there's no other way around it. I'm not going to, of course, I haven't seen Fast and Furious 9, so I'm not going to say it's a bad film. It seems like schlock to me, though. It just seems like a bunch of shit thrown at a screen with explosions and stuff to make people entertained. But then again, people will say that about, the Marvel films and stuff. But a lot of those films have underlying messages and themes, and yeah, it's just something interesting to talk about, something I struggle with as I critique films. But I don't want to critique films, I just want to enjoy them. But I feel like I have to critique films because it's practice for me. Because in the future, I do want to make films. I do want to make pieces of art expression. Me expressing my thoughts and feelings about certain subjects. But I also want to make, movies. I want to make action stuff. Booms and explosions. But I also want them to have underlying themes and messages as well. I'm trying to have the best of both worlds when I write my stuff. A couple projects I'm working on that do both of those things. They can be really fun and enjoyable, but also have underlying themes and messages and thought-provoking, thought-provoking thoughts. That's the stuff I want to do. That's the stuff I live for. So, I don't think that was a gunshot or a firework. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I will do. And no one will stop me. I'm going to make the best damn films ever. You can quote me on that. I will win an Oscar in my lifetime. For what? I don't know and I don't care, but I will win an Oscar. You can date back to this day, the 6th of February 2022, that I will win an Oscar. Hopefully. And with making a new clip, we will have a new subject to talk about in the Slice Podcast, episode 17. That being, I am not dating anyone right now. Let's talk about that because that will be fun. I love talking about my love life because I don't have one right now. And it took me a while to realize that I don't need one. that I need to focus on me. Yes, I do think about meeting a woman and hopefully marrying that woman and starting a family, because I want to be a father and I want to have children and I want to teach them things and show them things, and I want to live life. But that has to start with me meeting a woman, that being the right woman for me. Have I found that right woman for me? No, I haven't. And it's going to be very hard for me. One, I'm a very busy guy with a lot on my plate, that being work. And on the weekends, I'm going to be either doing this, a skit, or resting, watching a new film. Let's also point out the fact that I am not the best looking guy out there. I know that. And it sucks. But not that it sucks. I know I don't look like young Robert Downey Jr., or I don't look like Ryan Reynolds or Adam Driver. Actually, I think I kind of look like Adam Driver at points if I were to put my hair down and do an impression of him. But I could cosplay as Kylo Ren. I should totally do that. I'm close to San Diego. Next Comic-Con that they have, when COVID isn't an issue, I will cosplay as Kylo Ren. I'll let my hair down and I'll talk like Kylo Ren. I hope that sounds good, because sometimes I sound different. That being how I sound right now in my head relative to what I sound like later on when I'm listening to the audio. So, there was this. Oh, hold on. Before I get to that matter, I deleted Tinder and I deleted Bumble because I wasn't getting many matches. And I've already explained this in one of the other podcasts where I said I hate dating apps. Like, if I match with someone on Bumble, I gotta wait for them to message me first. It's probably happened like once, twice since I've been down here. And with Tinder, I think most people just swipe left on me because I don't get many matches. There was a couple times where I was talking to some people. And there was this one lady I was talking to for a while. And, we had a lot of the same interests. And I really enjoyed talking to her. But I got really busy and I just wasn't talking after a while. And, things just kind of faltered. But we're still kind of friends. And, that's done now. And I've shown her my channel, so she might see this and go, "Oh my God, what are you saying? Fuck you." I don't know. But that sucks. But that's on me. I'll take responsibility for that. But at the end of the day, I'm just I gotta focus on me. I can't waste my money on stupid stuff. I'll talk about this later. Wasting my money on stupid stuff. Not saying wasting my money on stupid stuff. That being, if I were to have a girlfriend and go on dates and stuff, I should save up my money and spend it accordingly. I'll be talking about that in a little bit, I think. But I don't want to disappoint more people, that since I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to disappoint more people by not talking a lot, because when I'm at work, I'm going to be working. On the weekends are the only real free time I have. Maybe that person's weekends are a Wednesday and Tuesday, and they work on the weekends. So I'm just going to have to wait and find the right one for me. I don't know how long that'll take. Maybe it'll take till I'm 60. Maybe it'll take next year. Maybe it won't happen at all. But for now, I'm just going to focus on me, do me, and not be sad on Valentine's Day. Mainly because I will be working on Valentine's Day, so I won't have time to think about being alone on Valentine's Day. Also, I will make a Valentine's Day themed me versus me episode. I've written about a page of it so far, and I think it's hysterical. But it's I think that's gonna be a fun one to make. It'll come out next week or this new weekend, the weekend of the 12th and the 13th. That's when the new Me versus Me will be out. It'll also be the first holiday video that isn't a Christmas video. I wanted to make a New Year's video. I just didn't, though. I just wanted to spend time with my family after not seeing them for 7 months, 6 months or so. So, that's it. Not dating anyone. I don't plan on dating anyone until I have more free time and or I find the right one. And I'm pretty sure when I find the right one, I will know. And it won't be the next lady that I see. That was a fun subject, wasn't it? I don't know what I should talk about. Oh, I'll talk about my new Verizon Hotspot. So, my landlord here moved with his Wi-Fi because he moved it to a different part of the house that he lives in. And I couldn't reach it. And the Wi-Fi extender I got didn't work. Not that it was broken or anything. It just wasn't working at the moment. I think it was just the Wi-Fi that he had. And so, I'm not going to upload videos from my phone and it'd take an entire fucking day. I need to do stuff on my laptop. I'd like to play video games online and stream stuff on my TV, so I have to watch everything on my phone. I'd like to play games on my Switch online. So, what I did was I got a hotspot. My biggest concern was that I wouldn't be able to play games efficiently. But that's not the case. I went to a Best Buy, got the hotspot. It took me a while to activate it because I was just having troubles activating the account for it. I had to do a lot of stuff involving calling someone who was very helpful, by the way. Lady from the Verizon, if you are somehow watching this and you helped set up a Verizon hotspot and you did a great job. You helped me out a lot because this thing is amazing. The strangest thing about it is that when I tried to use Hulu on my laptop using this hotspot, it's blurry as hell. Watching live TV, that is. It's blurry as hell, and it buffers a lot, and it's basically useless. But playing Halo Infinite, a very detailed video game online with other people around the world, it plays flawlessly. I barely had any issues with lag at all. And I get 100 gigs for $80 a month. And I barely go through a couple gigs in a day of playing video games and stuff. Streaming seems to kill it though. Streaming seems to go through a lot of the gigs. But I'm only going to be using it on the weekends. And with $80 for 100 gigs a month and it resets every month, it's perfect for me. And if I'm not going to be streaming something on my TV, I'll just watch it on my phone, which just uses 5G. That's good enough. But if I want to watch something like the Book of Boba Fett, something I want to see detailed and not butchered from low quality, I'll watch it on the TV. When I first started using the hotspot, I was watching Ready Player One because that is a very CG heavy film, and it looked great still. So I'm like, damn, this is good. It's a small little brick like this big. Maybe you should put it. It's a small little brick like this big. It works fantastic. I think it's optimal for me because I can turn off whenever. I can check how much data I use in a month. And most importantly, I can play Halo Infinite online with no trouble at all. Oh, and when I posted my skit last week, it uploaded like that. Like what? Like I left the room for a couple minutes I came back and it says, "Oh, it was uploaded already." That's not. Was there an issue with the export or something? Where did it go? And I checked and it said, "Oh, it exported." I'm like, "What? No way." Maybe like 15 minutes tops, where usually it would take nearly an hour if I was back at the house in Stockton. So I am very, very glad about that. Um, so yeah, it's great. Um, I was I was thinking it wouldn't work so well with my Nintendo Switch for some reason. I told my sister who lives in Wisconsin. I said, "Let's play Animal Crossing one day." So we did. I visited her island, and it didn't have any issue at all with terms of lagging. I just thought because Nintendo, being Nintendo, so it somehow screw it up. But that would be more so on the Wi-Fi that I have, not them themselves. Although they could find a way to screw it up somehow, I bet they could. So that is my Verizon hotspot. Um, I'm going through these topics pretty quick. This episode might be just a little over an hour, as opposed to the hour and a half and or 2 hour long podcasts that I've done before. Shit, that's like a feature length film right there. I should just call these movies, you know? See how people would react to them. Let's talk about motivational posts that I've been seeing on Instagram lately. Um, this is a lot of stuff about, buying stocks, being financially better, bettering yourself mentally, stuff about working. And I don't know how I got these posts in my algorithm. Most of my stuff is Transformers, Steven Universe, Marvel, superhero, DC stuff, Pokemon, Halo, Star Wars. Those are like the biggest things I see in my explore page. But sports stuff, NFL, baseball, memes, regular dumb memes. So I still don't know how the motivational stuff got stuffed in there. I think it's whenever my dad sends me stuff like, go eat at that restaurant by yourself, fuck friends, go watch that movie by yourself, go shopping by yourself, whatever. First of all, I love watching movies by myself. I have no friends in Compton. I have work friends. I don't have any regular friends in Compton, so I have to watch movies by myself when I go watch them. But watching movies with myself by myself isn't an issue. I love watching movies by myself because I love watching movies. As long as I watch a film, it's fine. Um, Eating by myself. I went to a restaurant by myself on my birthday. Actually, I went to breakfast and a dinner on my birthday by myself, but that's more so because it was my birthday. It felt a little weird not having someone to talk to because when you have dinner, it's more of a social convention because dinner is when you come to the table at the end of the day. You're a family. You come to the table at the end of the day. You discuss what happened throughout the day. You talk about the plans for the week or whatever. What's going on. But when you're by yourself at a dinner, you have nothing to do, and I don't want to just sit on my phone the entire time. If I were to go to a dinner by myself, I'd probably bring a little notepad and write stuff down. Because me being me, I'm pretty sure other people do that too. Journalists probably do that. But I get the point of that motivational message. You don't need friends to do stuff. Just do it by yourself. When you can do stuff by yourself, that's when you're the most strong you can be. And there is a lot of merit to that, but there's also nothing wrong with wanting to do stuff with friends. But I get the message of that post. There's a lot of other stuff about, financial responsibility. More so like how to divvy up your check. And that's also important as well. So I won't deny that being important. The ones I am skeptical on are the ones that tell you to buy stocks and stuff. Not like you should buy this stock, more so the ones like invest in stocks. I don't deny that investing in stocks is a good idea, but what I am skeptical on is which stocks to buy and when you buy them, how much you buy them for. Because I'm just a guy living by myself in Compton, with a job in film. Finally, I'm living my dream. And with the money that I have, I'm pretty sure that's how much people would want to throw all together at a stock. I don't think the stocks I'd probably be able to buy are probably for like a couple $100 a share. And even then, I'm fearful of losing out on a couple $100 because, hey, that could be used for something, film equipment that could be used for, a dinner I might want to treat myself out to that could be used for, but it also has the upside of, oh, you could get that back, a lot. You could get back a lot more than of what you put in. But I think the way I think about money is that I'm going to earn it by working and, providing services, doing something that provides. I don't want to just throw my... It's weird because you could totally do that. You could totally make a fortune off of, just trading stocks and stuff. But I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm not so knowledgeable on it, and I'm not just going to go buy something random. Of course, there's a lot of research that goes into it, but I don't... It's not I'm being lazy about it. It's just I don't think that's for me. I was raised to... And I'm not saying that buying stocks is a bad idea or that I would never do it, but I was raised that I'm going to make money by working, doing labor. And of course, there's nothing wrong with, how to make money. It's just that that's not my preferred way to do it. Of course, I could do it, but I'm not gonna. Because there's always a downside to it. Of course, there's a downside to everything. But the downside of stocks is I will lose my money. I understand though the buy low and the sell highs, because if you buy low, you're not going you buy low. If it fails, so what? You lost a little bit of money. You sell high because you think, okay, this is the peak. Let me dip out now before it starts dropping, and then I'm fucked. Don't buy high because it could drop and you just wasted money. I don't know. Don't listen to me for financial reasoning, for financial knowledge. What I am going to do, though, financially, is just save my money, divvy up my checks between personal stuff, between necessities, rent, credit card, and between, stuff to help me make films better or make my skits better. I want to get lighting equipment. I think my ring light went out the other day. So maybe I can get like small LED panels I can plug into the walls that can change colors. Or I can get different lenses for my cameras or a different microphone. Or I can get lavaliers. Something. I don't know. What other motivational posts have I seen on Instagram? There's a lot of the stuff about health. But there's one that stuck out to me that I thought was really stupid. It shows this guy with like an 8-pack. He has a shirt off. And the post is split in half with two sides. One of it saying, like bulking up. What people think you should eat. And he's holding up a bag of McDonald's and like a cup of soda. And it says versus what you should eat. And he's holding like a bunch of vegetables and like chicken and stuff. And I'm thinking, who thinks you need to eat McDonald's to bulk up? This post is just stupid. Stuff like that. Or, that just seems really stupid. Of course, you're not going to bulk up by eating McDonald's. And only McDonald's and working out. I could talk about that Super Size Me movie, which I don't like the idea of. It just grosses me out. Why would you put yourself through that? I'm going to eat nothing but McDonald's for an entire month and destroy my entire body. To make a movie, to educate the people. It's weird because Ron Swanson says, the beauty of this country is you can eat like crap, balloon up to 400 pounds, and die of bad cholesterol. And I find that beautiful because you are free to do so. The thing about the supersize me thing, though, was that I'm going to see how many times they want to supersize me. They want to give me the biggest option I can. And it's a weird mental thing, whereas the large and the medium sizes and anything are very slightly different. You're giving that extra money because you think, oh, it's not that much, so I'll get the larger size. And do you really need it, though? But people should know that they're eating junk. I don't think people should. I don't think people should step in and say you need to change your menu because it's not healthy, or you need to change the quantity size. I think people know they're eating junk. It has to take them something to change it, not a big footstep coming in the way and stomping on it and getting rid of it entirely. Because it's weird to say, but fast food joints are kind of necessary because it's not like you're gonna come home after working for so long and just cook yourself dinner if you don't have that option. Sometimes you just want a burger and you want it quick. Is it the best way to get it? No, but it's still a burger nonetheless. And it's all about minimizing how much you intake. It's all about, you're not just gonna gorge out every time you go eat out at fast food. Maybe one day we'll get a burger. Maybe the other day you'll probably just want fries. Maybe you'll get a meal. So what? You deserve it. Why do you deserve it? I don't know. Think of a reason. But don't just do it every day because that is disgusting and it'll cause nothing but trouble. That's my friend from work. He bought the Legends Arceus game, the new Pokemon game. He pre-ordered it and got it digitally. But I wanted it physically, but I didn't pre-order it. So I went to a GameStop today to try to pick it up. But they're like, oh, we're sold out. A lot of the GameStops around here are sold out. I'm like, oh, whatever. He said, you got to buy it digitally. And I'm like, no, I like holding things physically. I'm not going to buy my favorite movie digitally. I'm going to buy it physically with all the bonus features. And so I can hold it and know that I will have it forever because maybe I'll forget my password one day. Or I'll change my email address and forget about it or something. I don't know. Motivational posts on Instagram. I gotta keep talking about that. I can't keep going off subject. I was talking about fast food and supersize me and stupid. I get it. It's just whatever. What are the other motivational posts on Instagram? Let's see if I can actually find them. Let's go on Instagram real quick. Well, let's see my algorithm. There's superhero stuff, regular memes, sports stuff, Star Wars stuff. Let's see. I gotta find them. Oh, I've been getting a lot of Sopranos memes because I think the Sopranos stuff is hysterical. Where is it? And it's not like it takes up my feed entirely. It's just it's something random. Let's see this. Now this seems like it's being serious, but at the end it's just things we need to normalize for men. Like, yeah, you think that's oh, it's gonna be serious, but it says going beast mode, being based, seeing the bag, encouraging women to shut up, asking for nudes, not being a pussy. It's stupid, but it's fucking hysterical. I'm gonna giving it a like. Where are the motivational posts on Instagram? I don't see them. Damn. When I want to find them, I can't find them. That's the way the algorithm works, I guess. So I guess all in all for this subject, oh yeah, I've been getting a lot of Seinfeld memes. Because I do find Seinfeld to be fucking hysterical. A lot better than a lot of the stuff out today. But, whatever. Motivational posts on Instagram. What I will say to finish this subject off is sometimes they can be serious, sometimes they're stupid. And I like the ones that poke fun at it. Like I did see this one where it said, it was like the tips to being successful. There was one that was serious where it's like, don't watch TV, read every day. Stuff like that. I can't really think of the specifics, but it's stuff like that. I was like, what if your job, you're a movie critic or something, you have to watch TV? Of course, I'm not denying you need to read books, but people lead different lives. Maybe playing video games is making you successful, but there's also a difference between being successful and being happy. Being joyful, being proud. It's just there's a lot of different ways to look at things. And right now, the way I'm looking at where I'm at, I think I'm successful. You know, I don't care if I make a film and it bombs at the box office. As long as I know that I put my heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears, and effort into it, making the damn best film I can make, so be it. I'll be successful. But I don't want to be an asshole. I want to be successful. I don't want to be popular. I want to be successful. I've always said I want to, I want to do, charities, and I want to set up programs and stuff to help out, struggling families and homeless problems. I don't want to be greedy with my money when I become successful. Because what am I going to do with it at the end of the day? I could buy a bunch of Star Wars statues, and I could buy a big land, and I could, buy a jet ski and stuff. What I think would make me more happy is helping other people. Every time I pray, I always pray that things are going good for other people. I want to try and see if I can help other countries out. Struggling populations. All right. Let's see. Let me talk about spoiling myself. All right, so let's talk about spoiling myself. So, I know I just went off on a tangent thing about being happy and whatever, but I can enjoy some of the little things. Do I need to buy Pokemon Legends Arceus? No. Do I want to, though? Yes. Can I want to? Yes. Can I need to? Yes. I can do whatever I want because I'm my own person. I didn't get to buy Pokemon Legends Arceus today. But while I was there, I did buy this Halo figurine. It is a Mark V Halo figurine. It looks like it has the Reach armor. It has the recruit helmet with a little attachment up top. It looks like it's the, I don't know. It's based off the Halo Infinite model, I believe, because it does have the sidekick pistol. It's just neat. I wanted it. I actually wanted to get the Jazzware Halo Infinite collection where it has the Master Chief figures, the one from Combat Evolved and the one from Halo Infinite, but they didn't have that there. So I got the next best thing, this figure. Am I going to play with it? No. Am I going to look at it? Of course. But I wanted it, so I bought it. Look at this. This is fucking cool. It's a Halo figure. The only Halo things I've ever had were the Mega Blocks. They're like Legos but cool for Halo. But this is cool. I mean, look, it came with a sniper rifle. I can't make it look like he's holding it. If I could. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put it on his back and I'm going to set it back down. So why am I talking about spoiling myself? Because I can. I can enjoy little things. I'm going to enjoy little things. Also, while I was at the GameStop, let me try and get this guy down. While I was at the GameStop, because I mentioned Halo, the guy asked me, "Did you get the pre-order stuff from getting Halo Infinite?" I said, "No, I didn't pre-order Halo Infinite," which actually I did. I did it online though, so I can get the skin. It's like Zeta Sky or whatever. But I guess if you pre-ordered it from GameStop, you would get a dog tag in this small little box. So here's a dog tag. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it has the UNSC logo on it. And the box is actually metallic too. So you see? So I think that's kind of neat. I guess I can throw some stuff in here. I don't know what. It also says Halo Infinite on the cover, if you can see it. I don't know. It's a neat little trinket. I like stuff like this. Do I need it? But no, I don't need it. Do I want it? Of course I want it. Can I want it? Yes. You can have things. You can want things. You can need things. I guess there's a line though for certain things. Let's see what else. I got a yoga mat because I hate doing sit-ups on this hard ass floor. So I guess this yoga mat's gonna help. After every game of Halo, I do push-ups and sit-ups so I can, not die of blood clots. And yeah, I would say spoiling myself would be me getting that Nintendo Switch back in 2020. I was just browsing through it while I was in class one day. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And I bought it. Did I need to buy it? No, but I wanted it. What there does come in line with me wanting stuff. I'm just gonna go buy things randomly. Today I bought a nightstand because initially what I had for my nightstand was one of my chairs that I'm sitting on right now with a box for my silverware. Well, a box for my plates on it. Damn. A box for my plates on it. And that's why I set my phone on at night because I wouldn't reach my bed all the way. But I have a nightstand now. It's practically at the same height. I built it only to realize that I actually broke one of the pieces building it because I let it drop by accident. But it's the very top of the nightstand where the drawer it would hit the top because it's the way it's broken. So it's kind of split open near the bottom of it. So it like raised one piece up or lowered a specific piece so the drawer would hit it, but it opens and closes all the way. So that's all that matters, I guess. Did I need it? No. I was getting perfectly fine. I was going by perfectly fine with a box on my chair. But it is a more comfortable way of living. I just want my other chair in here. Did I need my new TV? I got a new TV. Did I need that new TV? You know what? Actually, yes, I did need that new TV. Because what I was using was a small old LG monitor, which was surprisingly good. The images did look good on it, but I want to watch movies the best way possible. And so I got a new TV and I can watch movies and play games, the best way possible that I can, that fits accordingly to my place. I don't want to hoard all my money. I want to use it. I want to use it to get things that I like. I want to get more movie posters. I want to get more pop figures. I want to get more figurines. I want to get more games. But I don't want to be irresponsible with my money either. And I won't be irresponsible with my money. I will save my money up, build my savings, and not spend it on stupid things. I will spend it on things I will enjoy. I won't buy food randomly. I got a lot of lean cuisines so I can eat when I get home and not have to worry about cooking a big dinner because they do surprisingly fill you up. and it's better than eating out. Stopping at McDonald's. I do stop at McDonald's. I did stop at McDonald's once this week. I'll drive home, but that's because it was ridiculously late. Not ridiculously late, meaning something bad for work, but it was just late, and we did have a later call the next day. But I was like, I don't want to go home and throw a meal in and wait. I just want to go home and eat. And there's nothing wrong with getting fast food. The wrong part comes when you eat too much of it. It's basically your diet. But the lean cuisines worked for a week. After I put this podcast up, I'm going to make like 5 peanut butter jelly sandwiches to take to work this week. I bought some granola bars, like cereal fruit bars and stuff. It was stuff to snack on throughout the day, to keep my metabolism working. And I want to get fit, and it starts with watching what I eat and doing push-ups and sit-ups. I don't have a gym membership. I could say I have the time for weekends, but I want to make my videos, and I want to enjoy other things. So I guess I'm going to put the gym as an option away, and I'm going to do stuff at home. Maybe I'll get some dumbbells. I don't know. But for now, it's just going to be push-ups, sit-ups, eating better, not going out so much, and stopping what I've been doing this entire time since I've been here, or ever since I started working and making good money. I've been like ordering a pizza every weekend because football. I'd watch my Raider game and I'd eat pizza. So I'm going to stop doing that after today because I already ordered a pizza. I love myself. So, I'm almost done with this episode. I do have more subjects to talk about, but one, I do want to get this episode out today, and the subjects I do have left, I could spend hours talking about. Those being a series that I binged over the past couple of months. One called Red vs. Blue, which I've seen hundreds of times. That's an exaggeration, but I've seen it. I rewatched it over and over and over and over again. The same with another series called Arby and the Chief. I've done it over and over and over and over and over again. Now, I could make reviews for those series. I'll do reviews for Red vs. Blue because that is, I believe, finished. Arby and the Chief is not finished. It will be finished soon because the creator's working on the last episode. If you don't know what these are machinimas. Machine cinema. Series made using the video game engines of video games. That being more true in Red vs. Blue than Arby and the Chief. Arby and the Chief being a series created by John Graham, a Canadian who he's one of my favorite YouTubers because of the show Arby and the Chief, but he does have other shows he's made with Machinima, mainly being the Halo games. But with Arby and the Chief, it's special because he uses action figures. His puppeteering is great. They actually look like they move on their own. It's not like stop motion, but he hides his hands, so it looks like they're moving on their own. It's about an Arbiter action figure and a Master Chief action figure, voiced by Microsoft's Sam and Mike, with the Arbiter being the smart foil to the Master Chief being the dumb one, with a heart of gold. But I wanted to talk about those two in this episode, but I believe I can save those for another time. That being, I'll talk about Army of the Chief when it is complete. I will talk about Red vs. Blue in a separate. I'll make its own separate video for it because I can talk about a lot of what I like and what I don't like about it. Split the series up in its different arcs. That being seasons 1 through 5, the Blood Gulch Chronicles, seasons 6, 7, 8, the what do they call it? The Recollection era. Seasons 9 and 10, Project Freelancer, 11, 12, and 13, the Course Trilogy. Season 14 being a set of spin-offs, more so explaining the lore and backstory of a lot of the Red vs. Blue stuff. Season 15, 16, and 17 being the Shizno trilogy, with season 15 being the worst out of all of them. I've heard bad about 16 and 17, but I did quite enjoy them a lot. But that is like more. It's gonna be like what I did with my Ruby video. It's gonna be an analysis video talking about each season, or them being split up into their different sections. That being more true to Red vs. Blue. Funny, they're made by the same creators, Rooster Teeth, or the same company that produces them, Rooster Teeth. Red vs. Blue and Ruby. Arby and the Chief is on its own. Although John Graham did make a couple of shorts with the Rooster Teeth guys, and those were undoubtedly pretty funny. One of them being they think he goes to Rooster Teeth in Texas, John Graham, and they think he looks like Gary Busey when he doesn't look like Gary Busey. They just think he does, and it's funny. And so whenever John does his podcast, he has a See Me After Class podcast. Some people joke about the Gary Busey thing, or some people right now they say he looks like Jake Lloyd. It's funny. But anyways, I'll save those two for a separate video, their own separate video. I will also save this one for its own separate video. A show called Smiling Friends that is on Adult Swim, and to my knowledge, it's made by the guys that do Oni Plays on YouTube. Two of the guys, I don't know. I think it is. I don't know their names though, but it is a very neat show. I will talk about it very quickly. It is an animated show about this company that makes people smile called Smiling Friends, and they're critters. There's humans in the world, but these are mainly the critters. They're just like strange creatures. Like there's this character Charlie who's just this yellow guy, and then there's a small little pink purple guy named Pim, and they go on these wacky adventures to make people smile. Like there's this guy named Desmond who wants to shoot himself, and he's played by the guy from Red Letter Media. And Chills, if you don't know Chills, you know the meme number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. He makes a cameo in that show. It's funny as hell. It's just a very well written show. I will make my own series review for that, for season 1. Everyone's hoping for a season 2. And I think that does it for this episode 17 of the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I promise this video will be up tonight. As soon as I finish this video, I am putting on Big Bang Theory for background noise, and I am editing this video. I will put it out. Mark my words, it will be out the 6th of February. And after that, I will go to bed and get ready for another week of work. So, thank you for watching. Tell me what you thought about whatever I talked about. Did you enjoy my new setup of stuff? I have my Switch as always, my Torchic. I have this little box just because I got the dog tag today. I have my figurine. That's cool. And this is my favorite movie of all time. Actually, it's my favorite trilogy of all time, with my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. I'll just say this now. I do have plans to make videos on my top 5 favorite films. That being Midsummer, Forrest Gump, A Bronx Tale, Star Wars, Back to the Future. I have future plans to make videos on all 5 of those films. And that does it for this episode, and I guess bye. Thanks for watching.